Hey guys, what's up? How are you? Hopefully, your day is off to a beautiful start. I wanted to just kind of come on and tell you about an experience that, if I can just be honest here, I'm a little nervous about. I'm a little nervous. I'm a little scared. I'm definitely feeling all of the feels. So next week, I head off to the Grand Canyon to hike rim to rim with my amazing coach and 25 of my cohort members. Now, I'm not going to lie, I am a bit nervous. I'm a bit scared. But I also know that the feelings of nervousness and fear is the exact sign from the universe that says, Carissa, this is going to put you out of your comfort zone and really allow you to grow. Right. So when I feel those feelings of like scaredness, nervousness, I have learned to develop a mindset that those are the signs, right, that light up in my brain, that light up my neurology. And they say, Carissa, go for it. Go for it. So I'm curious, are you going through anything in your life that you're a bit nervous about, that you're kind of scared to do, that you wish you had the kahunas to go do? Feel free to drop that right now in the chat. You guys, let me know if you're going through, if you're experiencing any of these feelings or emotions too. I know I can't be alone. So I wanted to kind of just talk a little bit about, I've been like reflecting in on these feelings and what this challenge is actually going to do for me. And I'm hoping to just kind of quickly share them with you now. So I want to talk about mental toughness and how we can create mental toughness by doing an actual like physical, a physical toughness challenge, right? So anytime we are physically being challenged with our bodies, it's actually a mental fitness challenge as well. So hiking the Grand Canyon, rim to rim, might I add you, is a major challenge for any outdoor enthusiast. It's a test of physical strength, endurance, but it's also a test for mental toughness. The journey from one side of the canyon to the other is a grueling 24 miles with elevation changes of over 5,000 feet. Now, if you're asking, Carissa, you're in like the best shape of your life. Why in the hell are you nervous about this? It's because like I've never hiked a trail in my life, right? Like I've hiked on like small things here and there as my husband and I, we go places. I'm like, yeah, let's go for a hike. But I'm talking like an hour-long hike, right? And like an excursion, if you will, something that is never like I've never even put any thought into it. I'm like, yeah, that'd be fun. Let's go do that, right? But the rim to rim is a bit different, right? Like I said, there's some of us doing, like the shorter halfer version. But I have decided to do the rim to rim, the full challenge. And trust me, I've had every reason to kind of downgrade my experience with my surgery, with my body and recovering and just allowing it to be. I mean, I have a speaking engagement in Vegas like 3 days after this experience. And I know that my body is going to be like physically hurting. But so I have every excuse that I could have downgraded from the rim to the half version, or even the version that some will take, the experience that some will take of just being there, right? Being there with your coaching program. How awesome is that? So no matter what level I chose for myself, I knew that I would get an amazing experience. But I also know me, and I also know that I am capable of anything I put my mind to, as long as I can start to mentally prepare for it. So the terrain, right, the physical part, the terrain is rugged, right? The temperatures are going to be a little extreme, right? We're going to have to like layer up in the morning. There's some snow, I heard. I've also heard that down in the canyons it gets warm. So it's totally like night and day, right? Extreme. The physical challenge of the hike is obvious, but it's the mental challenge that's just as real. A challenge like this requires a great deal of determination to keep going when things get tough. The mental challenge is to stay focused and motivated to push myself through. I've got to push through the physical. I've got to push through the mental fatigue. I've got to push my body to the next level when it comes to energy. And I've got to be able to truck it through, right? The full rim to rim. Once you kind of start, there's no going back. So the mental challenge of the rim to rim hike is to stay focused and to stay motivated in spite of the physical and mental exhaustion that I know I'm going to experience with this long, demanding journey. But it's a test of mental toughness to keep going, even when things get tough. It's a challenge to keep pushing forward, to keep putting one foot in front of the other until the rim is reached. Hiking the Grand Canyon, especially the full rim to rim, is going to challenge. It's a challenge that's going to require both physical and mental strength. It's a challenge that's going to test my limits and make me stronger on the other side. It's a challenge that will push me outside of my comfort zone, and I will learn so much about myself. But the thing that I keep thinking about is not all the tough stuff. It's about how I'm going to feel when I achieve this accomplishment. You see, I get to work with women every single day who push their bodies to the limit, who rewire their mindsets so that they can be a better person, so that they can start thinking healthier thoughts. But yet, as a coach, I don't often challenge my own self. So I'm excited for this challenge, and I am constantly thinking about how I'm going to feel after, right? I'm going to feel proud. I'm going to feel accomplished. I'm going to feel like I'm on top of the world. On top of the world. And more importantly, is that one day it will change the rest of my life, because it will now become an experience that I know that I was able to accomplish, which allows me to push past any other hard days that I may experience, because I will always be able to go back and say, Carissa, if you could do that, you can do this. My toughness, my strength does not come from lifting all the weights in the gym. My strength comes from getting up after every single time that I have been knocked down to my knees. Building mental toughness will help you develop resiliency and grit, enabling you to face life's challenges with a greater sense of confidence and determination. It will help you stay focused and motivated even when times get tough. It will also help me stay positive and optimistic when I'm facing a difficult situation. Building mental toughness will enable me to stay strong and to push through anything in life that gets thrown at me. So, I mean, I've been like thinking about, right? Because I'm like, oh, this is not that easy. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Like the same experience I've experienced so many times in my life, right? As a 7-year-old gymnast, when your hands are bleeding from, the rips and the blisters on the bars, your coach says, put some chalk on it and get back out there, right? That's that mental toughness. It's pushing past the pain. I learned this same lesson when I was 15 years old and I was experiencing life as a mom, right? If I can be a mom and go to school and raise a son, I can do anything at 15. I also learned this really powerful lesson when I was sitting on the bathroom floor because I was tired of being beaten and taken advantage of and verbally and sexually abused. So I was sitting on that bathroom floor ready to take my life as a 17-year-old, right? But I was able to push past all of that and regain strength, right? This lesson came back into my life when I was going through a divorce. I said, Carissa, gosh, if you can get through all of the other things, then you can get through this too. Same experience a year after that divorce when I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's, a disease that a doctor told me was a lifelong disease, something I would always live with. Yet here I am today, symptom-free, medication-free. I can keep coming up and telling you stories and journeys and experiences that I have went through that have allowed me to become stronger and more resilient. But I want to encourage you. Look back at your own life. Look back at the times that almost broke you, that you are now stronger because. Rim to rim will be no different. I see myself at the other side, celebrating. I see myself 5 years down the road, like the next time being challenged with anything majorly physically, I'll be like, oh, if I can do the rim to rim, I can do anything. I can do anything. And so can you. So I would love to know if there's anything that you're being challenged with that you're not quite sure you can get through. I want to remind you that yes, you can. You can do anything you put your mind to. And that at some point, this will become something you can learn from, something you can talk about, no matter what kind of dark day you're going through. And I also want to just ask any of you how you can up level by getting yourself uncomfortable this week. And being uncomfortable is never easy. As an entrepreneur, it's like constantly, right? Like I'm like, ooh, this is scary. And that's the moment I know that it's like time to level up, right? If I feel resistance in my body with anything, I'm like, ooh, there's a change coming. I'm birthing something awesome. So I've learned to view these moments, like these emotions, as indicator light that something bigger is on the horizon. So I'm curious, how is this landing for you? What are you taking away from listening to my experiences? And how can you create mental toughness so that you can get to the other side? I love you so much, you guys. And I can't wait to share this journey with you. More to come in the stories, in the lives, in the chats. So if you're curious as to how, the number one mindset coach and, someone who's in great physical shape experiences the rim to rim, make sure you follow this because over the next week, it's going to be pretty spectacular. I hope you guys have a good day.